Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam and today we are going to be talking about my May TBR, and I am so excited for May. So first things first, I would like to participate in the Asian Readathon hosted by Read with Cindy. I'll leave her announcement video for the readathon in my description. So yeah, this readathon is basically just to celebrate Asian culture and Asian authors, especially with what's going on in the world right now. So I just really want to, partake in that. First though, I'm going to be talking about the books that I am reading that are not a part of the Asian Readathon, and then afterwards, after I get through those books, I'm going to talk about the books that I want to do for the Asian Readathon. I want to tackle a lot of sequels this month. A lot of them are series finales, so I really am just anticipating reading those because I've been with a lot of the series for a while. First, I would like to get to Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. This is the final book in the Infernal Devices trilogy, and I have never read this. Up until now, I had read Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Prince, and then I reread them in the past few months. But this will be my first time reading this, so I'm so excited. Just to preface all of Cassandra Clare's books, if you don't know, they're Shadowhunter Chronicle books, where we follow Shadowhunters who are demon slayers, hunters. And there's vampires, fae, demons, literally everything that you could possibly imagine in these series. And I love them. They're not the best things I've ever read. Well, Infernal Devices, maybe. Anyways, I'm just really excited to finish this series out. I really have no idea what happens. I mean, I can guess some things based on spoilers, just because there are more books. So the Last Hours trilogy that just came out follows children of the main characters in this, so I understand that they have kids, but do they survive? How does everything go down? I don't know, so I'm excited to pick this up. This will probably be my first tackle, literally May 1st, gonna be starting Clockwork Princess, because I need to read it now. The next book we have is a very similar book, and that is City of Fallen Angels. City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This is the 6th book in the Mortal Instruments series. It is the final book in that series as well. And if you don't know, in the Mortal Instruments, we follow Clary, who is a shadow hunter, and in the first book, wow, I just got a hit with nostalgia thinking about how she finds out that she's a shadow hunter. And now I'm on the last book, and I'm gonna probably cry. Okay, anyways, but we follow Shadowhunters in modern times in New York City, and there's a whole lot of characters and a lot going on in this series. So this is the series finale, so obviously I'm not going to spoil anything, but I am very excited to get almost more answers, but I feel there aren't a whole lot of questions between City of Lost Souls and this. It's more of just of what's going to happen next that I'm interested to see. There aren't from what I can recall, there aren't a whole lot of questions that need answered in this. It's just more along the lines of what happens next. So I'm excited. I gave the last book 4 stars, which is probably the highest I've given a Mortal Instruments book. So I'm just so excited to get to this one. The next book we have will also not be a reread, but I have previously reread the first 2 books in the last few months, so if you've been keeping up with my channel, you know what this probably is, and that is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. If you don't know, by literally any of my videos, I am trash for Sarah J. Maas. I think, City of Heavenly Fire, this doesn't have a whole lot of questions that need answered. It's more along the lines of, just what happens next. But if you don't know, the A Court of Thorns and Roses series follows Feyre, and she is just a normal girl in the non-fae lands, and she ends up killing a wolf who turns out to be a fae, and because of that she is kind of taken into the fae lands as sort of retribution for what she did, and it's not safe for humans there, so we kind of just see her handling the fact that she got taken from her home and is forced to live with these people, well, these fae, and it escalates from there. It starts out as a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but then after that, it becomes not a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Anyways, so this is the 3rd and final book. There is a novella after this, but we're probably not going to read that anytime soon. I love the 2 main characters in this series, so I need to read it ASAP. Also, this is definitely one of those, like, Bible thin pages, isn't it? Yay! We love when Sarah J. Maas does that. Who would have guessed this is 700 pages? Probably any Sarah J. Maas fan, but whatever. Alright, and then the final book that is a sequel that I would like to read in May is Heart of Flames by Nikki Palpretto, and I am so excited to read this. This is the sequel to Crown of Feathers, and Crown of Feathers has, since I read it a few months ago, has turned into one of my favorite books of literally all time. So if you don't know, Crown of Feathers follows Veronica and then a few other people, but Veronica has animal magic. She is sort of a descendant of Phoenix Riders, and in this world, Phoenix Riders are kind of like, not, well, banished, but it's kind of forbidden to perform or to, like, openly do animal magic. If you do, you're like a servant and it's, like, frowned upon. But Veronica is a descendant of kind of like a long line of Phoenix Riders, and her, like, main goal in life is to be a Phoenix Rider. That's, like, I don't want to spoil anything. That's, like, all you need to know. Phoenix Riders, like, that's just the coolest concept ever. Phoenixes are, like, the greatest mythical creature ever. They're like dragons, but like not dragons, and they're like cooler birds and fire. We're here for it. Yeah, Heart of Flames, sequel to Crown of Feathers, because this, I'm assuming, is not the series finale. I don't think this is meant to be a duology. I'm assuming there's another book after this, but like, I have no idea. Everyone should pick up Crown of Feathers like ASAP, like yesterday. It's so good. Now, what you guys are probably maybe waiting for, my Asian Readathon TBR. Just a little preface, I do not own any of these books physically, so I'm probably gonna put their images here. I borrowed like a few of them already in Libby, so I have them ready for me whenever I get around to reading them. I'll probably be mixing them up with these books. So like I said, this readathon is hosted by Read with Cindy, and I will link her announcement video in the description bar. All of the challenges are there, as well as a list of books that could potentially fulfill any of the challenges. Definitely check out that list if you do want to participate in the Asian Readathon. It is like the master list of Asian books. Check that out for sure. The first challenge is to read a book by an Asian author, and for that challenge I have chosen Love Boat Taipei. I really don't know anything about this book, just the cover alone is like stunning, and I believe it's a contemporary. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a contemporary, and the only other thing I know about this book is that it has like sort of polarizing opinions on it. You either love it or you hate it. We'll see where I fall. I'll probably end up loving it because I'm a sucker for young adult contemporaries, so love that. The next prompt is to read a book by an Asian author or featuring an Asian character that you can relate to. I'm going to be reading for this challenge Frankly in Love by David Yoon. I can relate because I believe the main character is a boy and I am a boy, so we can relate in that regard. Another book that has kind of polarizing opinions on BookTube. You either love it or you hate it, so we'll see where I fall. It's also a contemporary, I believe. I should really just look up the summaries for these books, but I just, like, I hate reading summaries. Like, for books that I intend to, like, read. That makes no sense. That's, like, the point of a summary, it's to get you to read it, but here we are, doing my thing. Well, the next challenge is a very similar one. It is to pick a book written by or featuring a character that is different than you. So, for this, I mean, it's sort of a stretch, but, like, the main character is very different than me. But that book is Monstrous by Marjorie Liu, I believe. So Brittany the Bibliophile like raves about this series, and it's a graphic novel series, and I really, really want to read it based on her like recommendations for it alone. The premise is super cool. Basically in Monstrous, we follow a girl who has like this psychic link to a monster, and I believe she in some regard is like a monster herself. I could be wrong on that. At the end of the day, I'm different than her. For many reasons, but the story is set in 1900s Asia and is like steampunk inspired, so like I'm definitely into that. I just really want another graphic novel series to start, and yeah, I'm excited. The last challenge for the Asian Readathon is to read a book recommended by an Asian. For that, I have chosen Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is recommended, well, one, by like everyone, but specifically Books with Chloe has recommended this book for so long, and I am so excited to read it. So this book is a young adult fantasy where we follow a girl who is a gumiho, and she is a nine-tailed fox who has to like eat men's, well, she doesn't like eat the men. She eats like their energy, their soul, whatever. But she has to do that in order to survive, and other than that, I don't know a whole lot about this story. All I know is that Books with Chloe raves about it, so I'm super excited to read it. So I'm gonna be picking this up on Libby, probably audio, but like I really want to read this physically, so we'll see what happens there. The last sort of optional challenge in the readathon is to read the group book, which is Little Fires Everywhere. I recently just finished watching the show like last week. I love the show so much, but it's one of those things where I really don't know if I want to read the book or not. I've seen a lot of kind of negative reviews on the book. I might just stay content with my opinions of the show. If I feel inclined to read it and it's available on Libby, maybe I'll pick it up. As of right now, I don't know if I intend to read the book, but we'll see. Alrighty guys, so that concludes my TBR for the month. I am very excited for this month to read all of these, especially the sequels, but also just to get, you know, more immersed into the Asian culture during the Asian Readathon. Also, let me know if you've read any of these books, and if you loved them, hated them, let me know. I hope you guys have a good day, evening, month. I mean, I'm not wrong. I do hope you have an entirely good month, but you guys know what I mean. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys in my next one.